Yes, 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 yes. Right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay. Let me just do something on my set here. I'll be 1 second. Okay, good to go.
Just waiting for the stream to come up.
Yeah, of course. It says you started streaming though.
There you go. Right, hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope we are doing okay, and welcome to IFC Tier 2, Round 1, Australia of the season opener in Tier 2. Alongside me today is Gabe. How are you, Gabe? And make sure you've included your audio.
I already have. It's a pleasure to be back virtually in the commentary box and a great track to return to here in Albert Park. Obviously, 14 corners for our Tier 2 drivers to navigate, and I'm really looking forward to qualifying and the race thereafter.
Good. We are just waiting for people to ready up, and then we are going to get going. Now, I like to point out in every single race I have seen, well, every single race past the tier 4 or tier 5 and tier 6 and tier 3, it's rained either in the race or in qualifying. So, will we see a repeat of that for tier 2 today? Excuse me.
It'll be very interesting because with park friendly rules, there's going to be a setup in qualifying that maybe alters towards a dry track and dry conditions, and then obviously it'll struggle it. So we could see somebody go on to pole in qualifying and then struggle in the race simply because the setup of the qualifying benefited the qualifying condition and how the them rather than the conditions during the race. So I definitely think we see some mixed performance in comparison between qualifying and the race here.
And it looks like a dry qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. We have got 18 people in. I think there's a few people waiting in the tier 4 chat to come in, so that should be fine.
We are getting ready. I really love this track, and we're hopefully going to see drivers connecting the lap. That's not normally something you see on the Friday or Saturday tier, but tier 2 and tier 1. That's the difference in the pace that places these guys in different styles of play. So tier 2 and tier 1 tonight, you're really going to be seeing the car flowing through the corners and how they chain it together to get that extra lap time. Because you be as quick as you want in the corners, cannot join them up, then your time that you earn in those corners is effectively useless for your qualifying lap. So it's going to be very interesting to see these more experienced and faster paced drivers take to the track, especially on these push laps. Really excited for them.
Now, I want to, if you're in the chat, have a chat to me if you know it's dry race, please. It looks like a dry quality. No one's actually come out yet, so I don't know what's going on there. Usually we'll see a lot of people come out right now, so... Yeah, here we go. I've seen someone come out. Have you seen anyone come out?
Yeah,
I've seen... Oh, here we go.
Just taking a look at Taylor Boss, who's left the garage as well, but it looks like we're all filing out now. An 18-minute timer for drivers to get their best laps in around the Albert Park track. 14 corners to navigate in a recently reprofiled track. It's going to give us some excellent lap times.
It is indeed, and I'm really excited to see this. I haven't commentated on Tier 2 much this last season. I think I only commentated on it twice, so I'm very new to these beautiful drivers here, and I'm sure this is going to be an outstanding race with some great, clean, quality driving. And yes, what's your how you feeling for this race, Gabe?
Say again, sorry?
How you feeling for this race?
I feel like we're going to see exactly what drivers are made of. We've got new cars and new regulations in real life, and that kind of change in behaviour, how you approach these cars, mirrors back to F1 22, the game. We're seeing whole new handling personalities for every car, regardless of the equal power mode that we use in the tournament. And I think that watching these drivers kind of hit the ground running and qualifying, seeing exactly where their pace is, it's going to be very, very entertaining to watch.
Fair play to you, mate. I like that. I like it. To be fair, the new handling I got used to the one before, and yeah, the new one, it's much easier on the traction, but then it's really hard to control the car for me. But it's much easier on the traction. What do you think it's easier on the traction if you've realised it?
I think, you see it on the U. I'm just watching with Taylor Boss, who's put together a very good turn one and turn two effort. But I think, you can see on the UI there's a much more accurate throttle and brake kind of interface. So you can control your traction much better. But at that cost, that's there for a reason. Just watching Taylor Boss getting a little bit slidey just out of turn five there. It's a very much more tempered car that you can really easily lose it now. But I think with the UI being able to view your throttle usage much more, it's almost like having an engineer with telemetry. And you can learn the car a lot easier in this game, I feel, as opposed to F1 2021 and 2020 respectively with that handling model. And Taylor Boss really struggling on this lap. I just watched him come out of turn 10 there, and he was just dancing over the curb. He's purple in the second sector there for sure. And I'm just watching him come around the final sector here. And the AlphaTauri will be setting a time very soon, and this will be the benchmark time to beat.
It'll be a provisional pole for Taylor Boss. Obviously, he's only a tier 3 driver, but he's here to reserve for tier 2 today, and he sets the benchmark of a 18.623. Obviously, the McLaren of Croaky next across the line beats that with an 18.5, and there's a DNF of CJ. Looks like he's come off the chicane, I think, and yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. F1 Eli goes P3 with an 18.9, and wow, an 18.0 for... How would you pronounce that name?
It's loud. He is definitely someone worthy of a tier 2 seat. His AlphaTauri teammate is currently P3 at the moment, behind, or ahead rather, of Eli, who I think didn't put in a representative time, but Lau with an 18.0. You can see that clearly he's ready for tier 2. He's had the practice that he's needed, and that will be the time to beat, I think, for a majority of the session, as Croaky's teammate Fresh and McLaren goes second and still 5 tenths off of his time. I think that Lau might be somebody to beat. Fozzie in the Red Bull in the sister car, only second, still 1 tenth off of him. A very good lap from now, and I think he might still be pushing as well. And no, he's not using the battery, so he is on his phone. He's not exactly taking his time around. We've got another yellow flag, and I think there might have been a collision there, because we've got a Red Bull and a Mercedes stopped on the track, and as we watch, oh, Lau's had an impact. Sorry, that's just what I'm seeing here on my side. And just at turn 10, Lau's come off. He's still in the session, but his tire's gone.
Can you invite just a whiskey or something?
I'll take a look. It's okay.
He's put the GT.
Yeah.
There, I'll put it in for you.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabe.
No, not at all.
Right then. Oh, I've definitely seen... Oh, he's in. Well, that's... he's in now. That's funny. Next across the line then is... BRT Wolf.
Man,
I've heard of this driver. I've heard of this driver before, and very excited. I think yeah, I don't know. I need to spit out my words. I have seen this driver before. He's a pretty good driver, in my opinion.
Well, I think when you
when he
put
backs off.
When you put the BRT prefix on any gamer tag, you know that it's going to be somebody with experience there, adequate to join somewhere such as BRT. Obviously, there's BRT member in the qualifying session a little bit. It's always a good hallmark. It's not a representative time for the Haas, but I think we might see something special with him very shortly.
Oh!
Wow. And I think...
Nearly puts himself out of the qualifying.
Oh, and just behind, I think that was the Mercedes. That was done. He's still in the session. Maybe weighing damage. Just watching him trying to get himself back on the right way. And he's away from there with just a spin in kind of resemblant of Bottas's crash in 2018 during qualifying in Q3 when he ruined the rear end of that Mercedes. And Tundra maybe taking some inspiration from that accident all those years ago. He's not got a time on the board yet, and it looks like he won't have a time just now. He'll have to go out for another 10 and possibly on new tyres as well.
Currently watching the the Aston Martin of... Wow, these names for me. I do apologise. The Aston Martin in P16.
He's purple in Sector 1. No one's taking that away from him. We could see a good time here.
Yeah, a little toe from the McLaren.
Yeah, that was a toe from Croaky that was on his outlap. He wants to put the time possibly go to the top, but looks like we might see somebody go to the top, and it is the Aston Martin here who's gone purple in the second sector as well. But I think, and I might have been never mind, okay, but we're into the final sector now with this Aston Martin. I thought there was a AlphaTauri going quicker, but I think we're going to continue to watch the Aston Martin throwing it for the final corners down into the deep braking zone of turn 13. Perfect on the throttle out of there. And he's getting around the final corner. DRS wing opens on the Aston Martin. We're going to see him come across and set a time to possibly disrupt the AlphaTauri poleman. And it's a 1:17.9 from the Aston Martin. And the time set by Lau in the AlphaTauri, who's just started his time lap, well, that's no longer at the top of the timing sheet anymore. The Aston Martin is on to pole position. Kariosha, who I think might be on his debut headout in IFC as well. The Aston Martin driver, essentially right up at the top. But bad news for his teammate, Liam MC, who has retired from the section, either for a crash or of his own choice. I'm quite unsure. I think he may have retired in the pit lane. However, his teammates out of qualifying. Kariosha on pole for the time being with 9 minutes remaining in the session.
The BRT JSR goes P3. He did have a purple middle sector, just couldn't handle that. Couldn't get the right third sector to get that pole position, but he's very close to the P1 man.
And I think, as I say, people hitting the ground running with these new regulations, this new handling style the Ferrari hasn't adapted. Joshua is out of qualifying. He's crashed at turn 5. We're continuing to watch with JSR, be passing him now. However, I think now we're watching track evolution coming into play when GSR went third. So Fawsley and Fresh, they'll both be coming back out of the pits very soon in the closing stages of qualifying. This will have to disrupt the top runners. Fourth is currently in the pit lane for Red Bull. Moved over to the Red Bull Academy for this season, and Lau improves his time once again. And the AlphaTauri goes to the top. Another 3/10 extension. A really good lap from the AlphaTauri, and he's back on top again.
Very impressive lap from the AlphaTauri. What I've seen over this whole weekend is the Red Bull Academy has been doing brilliant in the 2 races I've commentated. Has them Red Bulls and AlphaTauris have been amazing, and if I was the TP of Red Bull, I'd be happy right now with the performances in the previous tiers. But obviously, he's gone pole position with a 17.7. The question is, can anyone else beat him?
I think the Red Bulls in with a shout. In the Aston Martin, I think we're yet to see him going full gas. Ironic considering he's up against the AlphaTauris in that Aston Martin. I've yet to see his maximum pace in qualifying. He's still in the pit lane. He's still got plenty of time to come out and set another lap time. Got yellow flags in the final sector as a Haas that's forming off for a lap.
I've just got on board with Croaky and he's crashed and he is out of qualifying. I've just got on board with it. I didn't see what fully happened there, but I just saw him in the wall. That's unfortunate.
That is completely disrupted Fresh as well. I think he might have been going to get a Croaky. There's definitely team orders there. I mean, those orders are going to be useless now. I mean, they were going to go around for the next lap, so one might have went out after the other. I think there's definitely strategy there, but it's useless now because Croaky, Fresh's teammate, is out of qualifying, and it's essentially a one-horse race when it comes to qualifying strategy. He's not going to have that slipstream available to him right away unless he finds it from another car, but we're going to watch him on his lap anyway, and I ask you, Jake, if we'll go on board with the McLaren for this lap, the last remaining McLaren in qualifying. Going through turn 1, he's already invalidated it, and I feel rather he's ruined that opportunity for a description of the lap because he has gone invalid just after turn 1. I think he cut in a little too early, went onto the grass, and that's going to have removed his time.
Eli across the line then. What can he do? Slots into P10. F1 Eli P10.
Yeah, no improvement for the Alpine. You'll need to find it soon. Eli being a close friend of mine, I know about his previous successes in other leagues. I know exactly what he's capable of, and P10 for IFC is not that. I know exactly what he's capable of. He's capable of better, and I'm sure we'll be seeing that later on in the session, maybe out on a new set of softs. However, he's behind Croaky, who's out of qualifying, so he's got a target of at least the top 10.
Indeed, and watch the Aston Martin P3 on a lap now. The question is, can he fight back to Laurie in P1 with a 17.7? What is his first sector going to be like? It's currently up by only 5,000 milliseconds, only by a foul, oh.
Regardless of the timings, it's going to be a very interesting lap to watch. As I say, track evolution is absolutely everything. He's most likely going to go purple in the second sector here, and he does by 2 thousandths.
Not by much, though.
Not by much at all, but he's definitely in there, but he's gone invalid. And again, people falling victim to turn 10 on the exit, pushing too hard. And it seems like Karyusha had fallen victim to the understeer into the quickest chicane on the Formula 1 calendar. And he looks aggressive as he'll be going back into the pit lane. He'll be very upset that he wasn't able to connect lap purple in the first 2 sectors, and he's not able to disrupt the AlphaTauri and Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. With 5 minutes remaining in the season, Karyusha is going to be hoping he can get back out in time and avoid traffic.
BRT JSR has gone purple, and he's up by 0.2 in that first sector. This is going to look like a cracking lap if we can keep it all together.
This is it, as I said, BRT is the prefix that we all want in the racing community. They're very reputable in terms of console racing leagues. He's not purple in the second sector, but he's nearly... This could be a time to disrupt the top runners. I think Tundra or Aaron might have just had a spin at turn 10. They've kept the car going, though. We're watching Alfa Romeo BRT JSR, who's trying to set a much better lap time. He's currently in 4th at the moment. He's one of the only drivers in the 18.0s or above. He's ahead of Ozzy in the Red Bull. He's looking to improve as he comes around the final corner, and the DRS wing opens on that Alfa Romeo, and it's the last blast to the line, and it's going to put BRT into the throw with only 3 thousandths off of Lau, who just seems unbeatable at the moment in the AlphaTauri. The Alfa Romeo
Taylor Boss
GSR, he went quickest in the last sector, and it just didn't connect for him. I think that middle sector may have let him down. We're unsure exactly where in the lap, but at this moment it's still an AlphaTauri on pole. Now I think we might start seeing some drivers leaving the pit lane. We've got 3 minutes 20 left in session. Most drivers are still in the pits. I think we're going to see some leaving soon. It's going to be a final shootout, and I think the times are going to be so much more different, especially for the Alpine of Mel, who hasn't even set a time yet, or Tundra, who does not have a representative time at the moment. Both Mercedes really have improvements to do, and I think they could take advantage of this track evolution to ensure that obviously they've got a much better time, and I'll get them both into the top 10 in a qualifying session with not that many cars remaining in the running, and there's still an AlphaTauri on pole. He's going out for his outlap now, and as you can see, we've got drivers leaving the pit lane. 2 minutes 45 left in the session, and just as we watch come in, swapping their final runs, for example, JSR has just popped into the pit lane. That will be end of qualifying for him, currently on the front row of the grid. I think we'll be watching the Red Bulls leaving soon. At the moment, this is how qualifying looks for you in the top 10. Lau is still on pole position. Some very impressive times from the AlphaTauri, who's currently on his outlap. JSR went second in the Alfa Romeo on his last lap in qualifying. Sainz in the Ferrari is third behind Karyusha, who's on his debut, and in 4th place for Aston Martin. Fozzy in the Red Bull is on his outlap. Taylor Boss is in a Red Bull sandwich. The sister car, the AlphaTauri, is in 6th and ahead of Arton G71, who is rather an IFC veteran who's down in 7th at the moment. Fresh and Croquet, well, Fresh is out of qualifying, but they're 8th and 9th respectively, and Eli is in the top 10 and on an outlap as well in the Alpine.
Sorry, but I just had to go and celebrate. No one else is on a lap. I was watching Yushi in the Aston Martin, but he was up in he was purple in the first sector, but yeah, he's invalidated, and no one else is currently on a lap. Nail was invalidated as well. Tier 6 had more views than Tier 2. That's the flex. Do we got 21? It doesn't really matter, to be fair, doesn't it?
I'd recommend taking a look on Lauda's lap, because he's still the first car out there of the people who came out of the pits at the end of the session. I think we're going to see a really impressive lap time for the AlphaTauri. I recommend we go on board with him. He's down at turn 4 just now. And look at that, he's just connecting that car brilliantly over that curb. He just absorbs it as if it's nothing, despite the elevation change that can sometimes really unsteady the car, but it's not an improvement by 8 thousandths. And now we have a bit of trouble because Lau is not improving. It's barely anything to make that negative in comparison to his best lap time. He could be disrupted by another driver in the session. I'm still watching on board with him as we go through Sector 2. And once again, not purple. If anything, he's just getting slower. I wonder if he's out on a scrub set of tyres, but he's not purple in either sector. This could be a time that won't work out for him. He's using his battery, and he's not got enough fuel or energy for 2 runs. So this could be out. We could be seeing Lau either rely solely on a time made halfway through the session for pole position, or not see him set a time that will put him on pole whatsoever, because with track evolution, drivers are going to be much quicker now. Lau is across the final corner, and it looks like he's backed off, and it's a 17.7. He was 700ths down on the quickest lap that he set, and now we're going to start seeing times coming in.
Fozzie, 4 tenths up and purple in the middle sector. Could this be pole for the Red Bull driver? You did talk about those Red Bulls, and this could look for pole position for Fozzie if he keeps it all together. It's looking like a very good lap, takes that beautifully. It comes around the final corner then. Is this pole position for the Red Bull driver? Opens up DRS, comes across the line. Oh,
wow!
What a lap!
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a lap from Fozzie, one of the more experienced drivers on IFC. He's put it on pole again, and it's been rather a gap. He's reached the checkered flag. That was his time there, 3 tenths ahead of the AlphaTauri, who we thought had a very impressive time in terms of where the section was. He wasn't able to connect to the second lap, was low, and Fozzie has taken full advantage of that, and he's still on pole. We're starting to see drivers cross the line and setting their final lap times. And Taylor's went third. He's behind his teammate at the moment. He's P3 in AlphaTauri. Pines has reached the checker flag. He did not improve. He's 5th. Artem G71 is 7th in the Red Bull. Fozzie is currently on pole. Fresh is still 8th, as is Croaky Bicycle. They've not changed positions in this session. I think Eli's the only person to come around on a lap who disrupt the Red Bull. Fozzie is your pole setter today. Wow. Now that was a performance in a new team, to see someone who's as experienced in almost every other team, and now in that Navy Oracle Red Bull car, he's put it on, and he'll be very happy with that performance. Very, very happy, I'm sure. To go 3 tenths ahead of the rest of the grid, that is an absolutely stellar lap time. Fozzie's your pole setter today.
Very impressive lap from the man. Now, it's only half the job done, though, as we head off to the race then, as we will have 29 laps around the Albert Park. Excuse me.
It's funny, it's just amazing to see, Fozzie and I are very close friends. He's a great person who got me into Formula 1 properly. And to see him doing this well again, I've missed it, to be completely honest with you. It's great to see him back up there. I'll bring him in for go ahead.
Can you make sure you get the screenshot of all the quality results for me, please?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Fozzie, our man on pole position. Never seen something quite like that, with someone who set such a excellent time at the first part of qualifying, obviously talking about Lau in the AlphaTauri, and of course Kuryusha, who was setting very impressive sectors, only 6th. But to see Fozzie up at the top, amazing job.
3 tenths. God.
What a lap, though. What a lap from Fozzie. A man with plenty of experience, a couple of races of his own. And he's taken pole, and he's given himself the best chance here to take the win. In the first race, he would be the championship leader. He comes in with a serious fight in the Tier 2 championship for IFC. And I think we got a very race ahead of us.
Indeed, I'm really excited for this to see. Oh, you've been disconnected, sir. Oh dear. Can you restart your game? Get a new lobby going. I think lobby's now bugged. Can you have a lobby going, please? Thank you. Right, it's gonna be a new lobby. Yeah, everyone's leaving now. Everyone's getting lobby restart. Damn it. Lobby restart. Mate, can you make sure you get all, please?
Are we restarting? Cool. Oh yeah, it's been. I think I got last season I got it in USA in the wet by just not much, but it was still felt good. But this one, it felt really strong. First corner, it was a bit wavery. I was. Is this gonna do it? Because out the first corner, I was only half a tenth up, and then coming through the next two sets of corners, I was 2.5 tenths up, and I was like, okay, what can I do with this? And then coming into the first corner of sector two, went up to 4 tenths up, and it's like, okay, I'm on for this one, and I absolutely sent it through the S's, and I was 6 tenths up, and it just kept going, and it 3 tenth gap in pole. I'd say that's pretty good, to be honest. I'd say that's a good season start. Red Bull Academy 1, 2, 3. I'd say that's pretty good for us. We should hope so. I mean, it's only my second pole position in IFC, so I'd like to change it into my third win. But Lau and Taylor are looking pretty nippy, and so with the Ferraris. To be honest, I was a bit worried about what Pines could do. Obviously, he qualified a bit further down the grid than I expected from him, but still, he was pretty quick. So I mean, I've got my work cut out for the race for sure. It's not going to be an easy one. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Cheers. Good luck to everyone else.
Do you want to start getting? Do you want to start doing? Do you want to start doing the grid then? While people get it's 16 in now, so might as well start doing it. Thank you. Right, he is doing lobby. Are you doing lobby, sir? Cool. We'll we should be getting going in less than 5 minutes. Right, he's just setting up the grid and then we'll be going. Can you put it on can you put it on dry weather, please? So as it was for the race, dry weather. Ready to go? Thank you, Gabe, for doing that. Got a nice and done quickly. I am very excited to see, and we are ready to go, boys. So you can just ready up when you are now. We're not restarting for one person. Sorry. Tay Tay has lagged out and he can't race, but presumably we don't ready up for one person, don't we? Can you leave the lobby, please? Because we have a host issue. You need to leave the lobby. Yeah, it's a host issue. Thank you. Should get going. Yes, no. There we go. Right, just join off my profile, mate. Are you there? Can you... Oh, no, no, don't worry. I thought we wasn't going to get going. Right, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. For the Tier 2 Australian Grand Prix, Fozzie gets a horrendous start. It's Laurie who leads into turn 1 then. Fozzie all the way down to P5. It's Laurie from BRT, from Fresh, from Fozzie. Yuishi moves up to P4. We head down to the next turn. It's Louis who leads. Fozzie is out of the race. So is IFC, Pansy, whatever his name is. We continue our way then. Laurie versus to Fresh, to BRT, to Yuishi. And Laurie has got a 1.4 second lead. BRT, and it's virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. What's going on? Can you set up another lobby? For fuck's sake. Can you set up another lobby? make sure we get this done quickly as possible. Don't turn off formation up for this one, please. I'm sorry, I wasn't here when you said. I was done focusing on something in the chat. Yeah. Can you make sure it's immersive safety car and all that, please? Is the lobby open? Yeah. Swear. You can. You might as well start doing the grid while people come in because you can still get it. Yeah, might as well. I'll make sure settings are fine while you're doing that. No formation yet. We're going off core lever result. Just focus on the thing. I'll read what they say to you. All 19's in. Cool. We can go when you're ready. Yeah. That's fine. No, I just said that everyone's in. Spectate. Let's go. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. That's fine. We'll go and you can jump. Obviously, sorry guys. Um, but yeah, I have not seen these drivers before. I'm just expecting. I'm just expecting it, to be honest. I do see Fozzy. He's going to start on the hards probably again, and if he starts on the hards, he starts on the hards. I mean, let's do it. But I think Fozzy has got the pace by the looks of it. If no one else can catch up with him, but yeah, I think Fozzy's got this. We can go into it whenever we want. A safety car. Um, all I have to say, there was a very hectic start, and it was a great start from Laurie and Peter. Obviously, he's on the medium tyres. It's an early safety car, but yeah, we've still got a long race to go. But we'll see how it plans out. It depends on the pace of Fozzie. I'd like to see him catch up. I'd like to see him catch up later on in the race. Obviously, he's going to be slow start because of his hard tyres, but I'd like to see what he can do in the rest of the race. But yeah, I think Laurie can win. There's a great chance. And Fozzie's just dropping. Currently watching the Red Bull of and Team Tem, I'm just going to call him. Oh! Ooh. Debatable, that one. Debatable, that one. I have a feeling Wolf punted into the back of him. Shall we have... So, moving up the most positions is Taylor Boss. Obviously, he was meant to start P3 on the grid, but obviously, don't worry about it, but it's not a big deal. But he's up by 12 positions, and we know he has pace, because he qualified P3. He's meant to be on P3, but we know he has the pace, so he is going to be trying to go up this grid very quick, and I think that's a retirement in the pits. Here, talking about Taylor Boss, here comes Taylor Boss. He wants to move on F1 Eli. Eli defending his position, but down the straight, it's mediums versus hards. Using the RS, they are both using the RS. They are now going to be side by side. Elo's going to defend the inside. Around the outside goes Taylor Boss. He's going to try and hold it on the outside. Eli parks the car perfectly, and they're going to continue their way down the back straight. And Taylor has the pace. He just needs to have the patience to get past Eli. And there's a spinner at the back. I think it's Justal. Down the straight then. I don't think Taylor is going to be close enough. He needs DRS ASAP, and it's lap 6 out of 29 then. Let's go on board with the Aston Martin as he is closing up to fresh, Gabe. Hit. Yushi. Yushi is getting right close to Fresh here. He's pressuring him. So is Taylor pressuring F1. Eli, is there going to be any moves? We're going to have DRS. Down the back straight goes a bit too deep. Locks up, I think, there. And we see a move. Oh, contact. There's a bit of contact, but I think Taylor has got ahead. I didn't see the move fully, obviously, because you just said that. But it looks like Taylor has got the move done on the hard tyre of Eli. Yep, here comes Yushi. Here comes Yushi. He's close. Is he going to send one up the inside? He is not going to send one up the inside because he thinks smart. Now, that newly back straight low, that new updated straight, that is so powerful, and there's a lot of overtaking opportunities if you're really close and really got the slipstream. That new updated straight, obviously you don't get DRS down there, but it's very long and it's very good opportunity for overtaking if you're very close and you have got DRS. So I've seen a few moves there at the moment. Here comes I'm thinking Laurie has got the race controlled at the moment. No one can stop him at the moment. BRTJSR is controlling that P2, keeping a gap to Fresh, a 1.2 gap at the moment. He's holding that gap at the moment. We are currently watching UEC in the Aston Martin, chasing down Fresh. What sort of pace have these two got? And it's a safety car. Top two's pit, and Fresh stays out. Indeed, indeed, indeed. I'm still very interested in... Pan's pits, but he's going to drop down a lot of positions. He'll probably drop down to last place watching... Oh, and he's had to serve a penalty. Yeah, he looks like he's going to drop down to last place for Pans. That's affected him a lot. Comes out the pits, and he won't come out last. He'll come out second to last, penultimate last. And that is a big loss for IFC Pans there. Fresh leads, obviously he hasn't got fresh tyres though. Safety car should be in this lap. That Mercedes does hurry up. But it's his AI. It's his AI. He wasn't in the lobby. I'm continuing with the top two because this is the battle for the lead. Here comes Yuishi to take the lead of the Tier 2 Australian Grand Prix on the outside. Fresh tries to hold it on the inside. Right around the outside. Has the grip. The traction is there. Gets a free sec low. But he takes the lead of the Tier 2 Australian Grand Prix. Sorry to butt in there. Here comes Lowy. Here comes Louis. Laurie, Laurie, sorry. He's come down the straight lane. No DRS enables, just pure slipstream. Goes for the move, but the McLaren blocks him off. Now down to turn one. Fresher tyres. Oh, contact. And the Mercedes of Tundra is going to win out on this. Yes, the back out. Laurie loses the position. Here comes Laurie. Oh, and out of the race goes Mellies. Loses it on traction, and that is his race over. Cold tyres. Loses it on traction, and that is his race out of the bin. It's been a very chaotic and fun race, though. We're looking at P2, looking at Taylor Boss going for the lead of the Grand Prix. Board with the two AlphaTauri's, are they going to do team orders is the question. I agree with that, but we're watching the scoreboard with Fozzie sends it down the inside of Josh. Tries to go for the move. Obviously, this is the comeback Fozzie needs. The comeback for Red Bull driver. Oh, and out the race. Oh, please don't be a safety car, for crying out loud. Oh my god. Jake, yeah, what's up? Too many safety cars. Fresh down the inside. Oh my god, the Alpha Mayo. Turned it down the inside. Oh my god. I'm bare my life, man. This is so frustrating. Yeah, I think it can. I think he could. Don't even talk about safety cars. Yes. Yep. We're currently on board with Yurishi. If there's any more safety cars, guys, I am going to give you a fist sandwich. Right. Right, guys, it's 5 more laps. Good luck, and we are go, 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 as Louis gets an average kind of good start, but Yurishi, remember, the top two are on hard, so the soft tyres are going to be all over the back of the top two, so Taylor Boss is in a spectacular chance of winning the Grand Prix, but the Haas is now all over the back of Taylor Boss. Oh, and the Haas has been punted. Oh dear. Oh. Oh my god. Oh Neil. Oh dear. We are not going to be doing interviews after. We're just going to end the stream there because we obviously don't have the time. We'll load into the results, obviously, but we won't be doing any interviews. Is that okay with you, Gabe? Okay, that's fun. Oh, Eli's in the wall. Oh dear. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is mental. Oh my, it's too wide. It's this carnage everywhere. Ferrari goes down the inside. It's just mental tier 2, this race being. It's the hard tyre, and Fozzie's just gonna send it up the inside of the hard tyre. Oh, the AlphaTauri has gone off. Oh, it's just mental, innit? Oh, and the side by side, Niall, side by side with Fresh. Please keep it clean, you two. And there's yellow flags. Oh, side by side. Oh, there's just cars everywhere at this moment of time. Oh, and the Ferrari has reset the track as Mercedes of just also reset the track as well. We're currently watching Fresh as he is all over the back of Nail, and it's lap 28. And I think there's been a pretty chaotic race from my POV, and too many safety cars for me as well. I hope tier 1 for the sake of it is much better than this. Oh, should we go on board with the Taylor? He wants it on track by the looks of it. I would want it on track. I would want it on track. Fozzie around the outside. Won't be a safety car because it's last lap. Fresh is out. Jesus Christ. Yushi is coming back at Taylor Boslow. It's hard. He's not going to have the grip through the corners. He's got the straight line speed. He's going to lose so much time through this chicane as the soft tyres are so much better look at the grip. But he doesn't get the exit load, Taylor. And there's going to be side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel. He's going to find the inside line. He wants to move down here so that actually just get penalties up for the last lap. On track. Oh, crashes out on the... Wow. Right. We'll just get the results and then we will end the race, end the stream there, and we'll hand you over to Bolton John, who apparently is now not got a commentator. Just gonna get over to the results then, just in case. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Quick, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get us to the results. Yeah, I don't care. Right, here we go. Results. Taylor Boss, there's your top three. We're not getting to do anything. There you go. I'll scroll down to the bottom. And penalty. There you go. Right, scroll down to the bottom. There you go. Right, I've been General Jake. Thank you for watching the stream. And Gabe, do you want to do anything yourself out? Thank you. See you for Bolton will be doing